for me to propose. I hope this goes right. So right now I'm acting like I'm recording a video for YouTube, which I do, on relationships. And hopefully she's gonna walk in, be mad that I didn't meet her at the door, but still sit down and give some advice to my viewers. I got it pulled up on the iPad, so like I was on YouTube, got some notes written down so it looks authentic. The ring is hidden in the couch. Hopefully this goes well. Okay. This is weird having you watch me. You're over there, you're not sitting over here.
You want me to work out?
Huh? No, I want you to sit over here. That's what I want you to do. There's a special guest who has come in, but they don't want to be on camera. Aren't you upset that I said something? You should have been over here. So, as I was saying, the last point, even though you don't want to be on camera, what is your, what are your thoughts on the current state of relationships with our generation?
What do you think makes our relationship work?
I think this has been the most mature relationship I've been in. I think our communication is really good. I think even though we get on each other's nerves and we upset each other, we still take time to actually talk it out and stuff like that. I don't know, it just works. We're honest. I haven't felt like I've had to lie to her about anything. She's beautiful. I'm going to marry her one day.
Oh, how sweet.
As a matter of fact,
You're making me nervous. Stop playing. Are you freaking serious?
Carmen, I love you so much. And I want to know, will you marry me?
Oh my freaking god, are you serious right now? Oh my freaking god. Are you? It's like you surprised the best out of me. Oh my gosh, yes, I will, babe, yes. Oh my freaking gosh, are you serious? Oh my gosh, baby. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh, like you really just surprised me, like. And it's the one that I wanted. Oh my gosh, you got it. It's the one that I wanted. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing.
Love you.
I love you. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I didn't get the ugly cry.
Thank God.
Yeah, but I did cry.
So this isn't a real video. This is all a setup.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Just so I can get your reaction. Y'all have a good day. Peace. That's what you gotta do. You gotta. Okay. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming. What are you looking at? Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. I'm here with my wife, Carmen.
Yay.
And we're going to talk to you guys about the wedding and all of that and all of the joyous moments and everything leading up to the wedding and kind of just give you a behind the scenes look, I guess, into the wedding, I guess.
Well, not necessarily a look, but talk about it.
I guess. We haven't written anything out. We haven't done any kind of outline, so we're just kind of
Winging it.
going off the dome. And Oreo is pissed that he can't be a part of it. So if you hear him whining, sorry. So where to start?
The beginning.
Which was what?
Planning.
Okay.
Planning started off good, non-stressful, easy, and fun. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, in the whole grand scheme of things, I never was stressed.
Yeah, you were calm, cool, collected the entire time.
The entire time. I mean, it's just a wedding. I didn't have any issues. I mean, I wasn't worried about nothing. Wasn't worried about that. Wasn't worried about that.
Okay, no.
So we decided early on that we were going to pretty much do like a DIY wedding. We're going to try to do as much as we could ourselves. So the first thing that we did ourselves was to save the date. Is that down there? Mm-hmm. We brought some items to show y'all kind of how everything looked, just so y'all could get an idea. So what we did for our save the dates was we decided that we wanted to make magnets. So we found some company online who sold just the magnet paper with a sticky side. And so I got on Photoshop and just designed, a simple image, and then we took it to Office Max. Printed it out, cut them ourselves, mailed them out ourselves, and these were our save the dates. They're huge, which was good. And this one's messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're pretty big, but you could always notice them as soon as you walked into somebody's house because they were big and pink.
You mean coral?
Coral, excuse me. Yeah. The picture on here was taken from our engagement photo shoot that her sister-in-law did. But these are the bootleg ones because we messed up on a few of them. So that was the first thing we did. We got those mailed out, and I think the guest list might have been the next thing. Well, I guess we did the guest list before because we had to know who we were sending them to. So
the guest list was rough.
Yeah, I wasn't stressed or anything, but I would have to say the guest list had to have been one of the
worst things, the hardest things. Yeah. Having to pick and choose, narrow down, pick and choose, cancellations, narrow down, a lot. It's a lot.
I think we originally said we wanted 200. Or was it 250?
I think it was like 200, 250.
That was our original range for guests.
Didn't work.
And did we go see places with that number in mind? Or how did that happen?
No, we didn't see places. We ended up seeing that wasn't going to work. Like, we surpassed that quickly. So it ended up being 300. No, 150.
I'm about to say 300 what? Our actual final guest list wasn't even 150. It was 150 come the time we sent the invites out, though. But it was less than that at the actual wedding.
Yeah, we thought we could buy a lot of control, but...
But I do say that without giving the number away, I think we did great staying on a budget as far as the wedding and reception and all of that, which we can get to later. But we ended up going with 150 people, 75 on her side, 75 on... Well, I gave her a couple of my people.
78.
So I had like 73. And that worked out enough for me. I mean, I got a handful of my friends, and then the rest of mine were family. So, I mean, essentially I think everybody wants to invite everybody, but, I mean, when you're paying for everybody, it's just, that's not something that's going to happen.
Yeah, because I think what it was, we started off at like 300, and we had to narrow it down.
Yeah, and that was...
hard.
Yeah, we had waiting lists and everything, but I guess that's all just a part of it. We made the invitations, RSVP cards ourselves. Everything that could have possibly been done by us was done by us. We did as much as we could. We did not have a wedding planner. We didn't say that.
Yeah, we did it ourselves.
Our director didn't find out what was going on until
the day before the wedding,
which was a mistake on our part.
Really? So you're gonna look at me? Okay.
So just like with the save the dates, I designed everything. Everything that got printed, I designed it in Photoshop. Designed it in Photoshop. We took it to Office Max to print it out, and we went to Hobby Lobby to get paper. Hobby Lobby we spent a lot of time in Hobby Lobby getting paper, flowers, just
Everything.
everything pretty much came out of Hobby
Petals,
Lobby.
ribbon, everything you could basically think of, like even the rentals, the arch, the columns. Just about, I say 90% of the stuff we bought came from Hobby Lobby.
So this is because what we did was we researched invites and I tried to recreate stuff that she said that she liked within our color scheme. Our color scheme obviously was coral plum with a dash of silver. I don't know if that's really showing up like, but that's what it was. So we got the black, the plum. We got the plum paper at not Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Then we got the silver paper there, and then the white part was all printed off at
Office Max.
Office Max.
And here's the RSVP card. It looks like a little business card size. And then on the opposite side, we had where we were registered.
We found a place that sold silver envelopes. So what we did was we made sure that the size of the invites matched those envelopes. They were really nice envelopes too. We don't have any more though. So they were this size and they were silver, and that's what they were sending. The save the dates, we found a place that sold, it's not plum, but it was the best we could find, that sold something to the size of the magnet, and got these, and then these are what the magnet sheets look like. And then we just
cut them to size.
We literally we made it so that I designed it so that two could fit on here, and then we just sliced them in half. Because see, originally we had a theme. We had a theme anyway, but the original theme, no, it was still the same theme. The theme of our wedding was our love story. So we originally wanted the save the dates to be bookmarks. So that's why they kind of almost look similar to bookmarks, but we just couldn't figure out the whole book. I think is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, we were trying to do the bookmarks. Like we want to like punch a hole in it and put the whole ribbon in it to make it look like a bookmark and stuff like that to go along with the whole theme of our love story, which is like a whole book theme, So bookmark, books,
But
stories.
It was just too much trying to come up with it, and so we just X'd that idea. So there was a whole lot of we had these great ideas, but it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
So we just cut it all out. I have gas. Burp gas, not butt gas. Okay. So then we sent those out.
My hun, he made my bouquet.
So at Hobby Lobby, like I said, we got everything at Hobby Lobby. So Hobby Lobby actually has a wedding section, and every other week the wedding section is half off. So we were always in Hobby Lobby every other week, stocking up on the things that we needed, because we got all of our rose petals out of there because we both have allergies. We didn't want any live flowers. So what I did was, our colors were a blue and a purple. So we went to Hobby Lobby and we couldn't find the blue in the fake flowers. So then we ended up changing it to the coral. So they sell these pre-made bouquets already. So what I did was I just took the plum one and the coral one apart, and then I re-put them together to make her bouquet. And so, I took ribbon and wrapped it around the stems and put little stones on it just to, give it a little flair. So, yeah. And all the bridesmaids' bouquets were
just coral.
They were coral, and I just wrapped a regular plum ribbon around it. I'm going to have pictures up so y'all can see. So if you look right here, you see we had the flower balls going down the aisle. Those were all purchased at Hobby Lobby. The candles that are down on the ground, we got those at Walmart, the flameless candles. And then the arch set and all of that stuff in the front, that was rented from Hobby Lobby. If you look in the front, you'll see that there are these big glass vases. We got those at Hobby Lobby as well. We filled them with rose petals, and then on top of that were flower balls that I created. And the way I created those was I took a styrofoam sphere and I spray painted it purple, and then I bought a thing of, we bought like five bunches of flowers, and I just took the flowers off the fake things and just super hot glued them on, and then set that on top of there. I thought as far as the decorations came, they looked very nice.
The reception, like we had like these books that was the centerpieces along with some vases sitting on top of them. The vases, they just came from the dollar store. The books came from the dollar store as well. You can find a lot of stuff at the dollar store.
The beads that were inside the vases came from the dollar store.
The rose buds that were in them, they came from Hobby Lobby.
The tea lights that were in the water came from a random place on Amazon who actually shipped us an extra set. So when we ordered the amount that we needed, we ended up getting double the order. So those came from Amazon. The little votives that were on the tables, Hobby Lobby. The candles came from Hobby Lobby. And keeping with the book theme or love story theme, what we decided to do was we wanted each table to tell a part of our love story. So I think we said it in the how we met engagement video. We met in college. So pretty much everything from college to now, each table was dedicated to a particular chapter in the road from when we met to the actual wedding. We had vacation tables. There was a table dedicated to when we went to Disney. There was a table dedicated to the beach.
Valentine's Day.
First date. First kiss. Second first kiss. First Christmas. At each table we had picture frames that did you say we got those from Dollar Tree? No. We got the picture frames we ordered those from DollarTree.com, and in the picture frames were pictures that went along with the particular chapter of the table that it was with. So, like at the Disney table, there were pictures from our actual vacation at Disney, and then there was a picture of the actual restaurant we went to on our first date, and all of that kind of stuff. Getting engaged was a table. And then our table, we had 15 tables, and we were the 16th table, and our table was what? To be continued. Oh my God, like, ain't that so, like, clever or whatever?
Okay. Yeah, it was clever.
We threw all those away. Oh, I have pictures.
Yeah, we got pictures.
So, yeah, that's how the decorations were. I rented the uplights in this reception from a place called Superlative Events. They were wireless uplights. And I rented the monogram that had our name in it from rentmywedding.com. So superlativeevents.com and rentmywedding.com were the places that I rented those two things from. I also rented our cake spotlight from Rent My Wedding as well. And they weren't badly priced because you can pay on that stuff over time.
We actually made our programs as well. And the reason why we made a lot of stuff, one, is to save money. Two, there wasn't anything out there that I really liked that was already generically put together or whatever. I didn't like it. It was just too plain, not the right colors, not me, all of the above. So we just meshed a lot of stuff together and made our own. So here's the front.
And I wonder, did we actually save money? I guess we probably did. Same thing as like I said earlier, went to Hobby Lobby, got the coral paper and the plum paper, printed the other part off. I did it in Photoshop. We printed it out. We cut everything ourselves, which was so time consuming.
I did most of the cutting, FYI.
I didn't say who did it. I just said it was time consuming.
But here's the inside. Like it's like a book, like our love story. So you open it up, and you got the bridal party and our family, and then you have the ceremony on the other side.
And this whole purple piece, I believe, was scrap, right?
Yeah.
So we made our program fit to the scrap paper that we had left over from the invites.
The invite, yeah.
And there's a typo in the program. They don't need to see it because they ain't gonna know. But I looked at it, didn't pay no attention. She looked at it, didn't pay no attention. The person whose name that's spelled wrong looked at it and didn't pay it any attention. But
we saw it, maybe like
a week before, and we were like, you know what? Really don't care.
Yeah. So next was what? The rehearsal.
Is that it for everything we made?
Yeah. That's here, yeah.
What else did we make? I can at least talk about it. We can talk about it, and then I can just put the picture in.
Did you say about the rhinestones on the base? Rhinestone.
I know.
Along with the bases on the reception.
Tables.
Yeah. There was a rhinestone ribbon that went around the bottom of the vase. We bought the spool of ribbon, cut it to size, and hot glued it to each individual vase to make it unique. So that saved money too. Like everything that we did, like saved us a lot of money. Like
But
I think we could have went over 15,000 had we bought
Purchased,
everything
pre-made.
put together.
But I swear, I mean, the one thing that I had to give us credit for, we got engaged in August of 2014. Yeah, the wedding was in November 2015. So we had over a year to save money and to kind of plan everything out. And Carmen was smart enough to buy little things here and there along the way instead of us trying to get everything at one time. So that's why I say we were always in Hobby Lobby, because she was always just going to get little things here, going to get this, going to get that. She made checklists and knew exactly what we needed so she could go and get it, because I just was not there.
Yeah, so like whenever he went to go get something, it was because I said, Travis, go to Hobby Lobby on your way home from work and go get this, please. Thank you.
You make my earwax tingle.
But see, he was not yelling, but he was frustrated at me sometimes because I had all these checklists and I was like, okay, we got to get this and we have to get this and we have to get this. And he says, oh, well, we have time. We have time. And I was like, I didn't want to be that bride that just waited to the very end to just wait and pile everything up. So
I'm a procrastinator.
True.
I mean, it is what it is.
So yeah, I literally started buying stuff like maybe a couple of weeks after the engagement. So.
But it all worked out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because after the wedding, we ended up throwing
most of it away, and then.
So what had happened was, because we had made everything ourselves, some of the stuff was customized, and we knew it wasn't anything that we wanted to keep, because I didn't want to keep anything from the wedding. She didn't want to keep anything because it wasn't going to do anything but take up dust. I mean, that's what pictures are for, if you want to go back and look at stuff. I don't want to be like sitting there looking like, oh, look at this. That ain't really my thing. So we decided to just throw stuff away. So we also made lists on what was being thrown away, what was being kept. And please excuse our wretched appearance. I'm sitting here with a cutoff shirt. She's sitting here in a blanket. This is so ratchet. But, you know, it's real. And that's what matters. So we decided to just throw everything away. And one of my aunts, she was like, no, it wasn't even her. The workers.
My mom.
It was your mom?
Yeah, my mom came to me and was like, one of the workers, they want to keep the candle votive holders.
The glass. Because we were just throwing them all away. So.
And I said, okay.
We didn't care.
Give them to them. Then they was like, oh, they want to keep the LED lights too.
Because they were submersible LEDs, and they were probably still good for another 12 hours or so.
And then we still had the other pack that wasn't even used.
Mm-hmm. And so we just gave them the extra pack that we told you we got. We just gave them that. And anything else that they wanted, if we didn't give it to them, they took it out the trash. Because I was walking out and I saw stuff, the flower balls that I told y'all about, I threw those away myself.
Because I said, they're not going to want those, so let's just throw them in the trash.
They were in the trash bag. And I walked past the little kitchen door and saw the big ball sitting. I'm like, they done went in the trash and took out decorations. Because the flower balls that were on the seats, I think they took those too.
Yeah, they took those too.
I'm like, really? It was that deep? Y'all had to go into the trash to take it? But, and I guess we blessed somebody's day.
Yeah, I don't know if they were using it for the hotel, for future events or
But I
whatever.
thought quinceañera. That's probably racist, wasn't it?
Yes.
But they said they throw a lot of those. They throw a lot of quinceañeras. I know I'm saying that wrong. Quinceañeras, they throw a lot of those at the hotel.
You still said it wrong. But okay. Yeah. So they probably kept it for other future events at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if they took them for themselves. I don't know. But whatever.
Maybe they wanted household decoration. Because to be honest with you, one of those flower balls that I made will run you a pretty penny. Pre-made.
Yeah, they were what, like $30 just for like half spheres put together by themselves. Smaller versions of those anyway.
And it wasn't even flowers. Excuse me. It wasn't even flowers. It was like a little bit thicker than tissue paper. So for it to actually be flowers, I mean, it was... I mean, if we like didn't have jobs and we were gonna make money, we could definitely go into the wedding business. But ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, so they took everything. So, I mean, it worked out. We got our use out of it. I guess somebody else got their use out of it.
They gonna do something with it.
So, it was fine with me.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the switcheroo in the bridal party? The drama.
Oh.
Nobody can believe that a wedding is drama free. That is just not the case. She did not like me. I didn't like her. And you know, it just is what it is. But then you have drama that comes from outside of the couple that can sometimes be completely unexpected. And I spoke briefly about this in the I'm gay video, but I don't know how much detail I went into. We can tell you a brief version.
Okay.
Again.
What it was, my best friend.
I have gas, and I think I might fart. So if I get up and leave, that's what's going on. But you just keep talking.
Disgusting. Okay. But my best friend, she was my maid of honor. Hold it.
Oh my gosh. I tried! You made me laugh. She said my butt cheeks are loose.
They're very loose.
I hope it don't stop.
He can't hold the fart. Okay. I hope you can hear me.
They probably can't. You can't do that. You're going to have to just bear and grin it, bro. You gonna get the spray?
No, you're good.
I'll get the spray. You keep talking.
Okay. My best friend, she was my maid of honor. And she's been my best friend all through college. She was in the band with Travis all through college. So they knew each other before I even knew him. I met him through her. So it's like, what, August? No, it's a little later than August. It's around I don't know. It's like 8 months before the wedding. And
You just gonna take my armrest?
yeah. And I'm just at home in Winston with my mom hanging out. And my next door neighbor, who is my friend, she comes over to my house and she was like, hey, I gotta tell you about what your best friend said to me. And I said, what? She says, the story goes, how do you feel about Carmen and Travis together? She was like, oh, it's great. I like them. They're good together. This is the happiest that I've ever seen her. Just giving us high praise. Then my best friend, ex-best friend, goes to say, oh, well, my aunt and uncle has been married for about 30 years and he just came out the closet. Do you think Travis is gay? Mind you, this is 8 months before the wedding, which was hurtful and it made me mad. Stop. Because I'm just like, why wait 8 months before the wedding to tell another good friend of mine something like this and expect that person not to say anything to me, for one, and then two, you could have said something to me when I told you we were going on our first date, or when I said we were just talking, when I had no obligations. Excuse me. I had no feelings towards him at all. It was just dating. I just don't understand why wait 8 months into the wedding. So, long story short, she got replaced with my cousin as my maid of honor because I couldn't have her standing there with me at the altar to support us at our wedding when she thinks that he's gay.
And that's all we got to say about it because we can go on forever. So that was the only drama I would say. Well, that was the biggest amount of drama that we went through as far as that time. The only other drama maybe that could be considered drama was her dad wanted to invite extra people. But
everybody.
That was, we didn't really fall out with each other that I remember, but you know, I be forgetting stuff.
No, we just had like some arguments, some disagreements, some spats.
But I mean, it's a wedding and it's a stressful time and people handle stress differently, so.
I'm getting cold again.
I got to see how she handled stress.
I don't handle stress very well.
Really?
Shut up.
We should not eat and then make another video ever again in life.
I mean, but you do that all the time,
Don't
all day.
do me. Don't do that.
Yeah, like you only burp after you eat.
You done?
Yes.
So.
Okay.
As far as our gifts that we ordered everybody, for me, I ordered my groomsmen custom-made flasks that had, you know, their name, their role, the date, And then I took it a step further because of the artist in me. I bought boxes from AC Moore, and I bought a big styrofoam piece, cut the styrofoam up to fit the box. I carved out a space for the flask to sit in the styrofoam. I bought them a bottle of their favorite alcohol, and I bought little funnels so that they could get the alcohol in the flask. And then I covered the styrofoam in purple silk so that it sat in a nice little box. And, you know, I'm showing you that picture now so you see what I mean. So that's the gifts that I gave my groomsmen. And for her bridesmaids, I painted on, I don't think I took any pictures of this. I painted on Little Women. Y'all seen, I painted on Little Women onto the glasses and...
The wine glasses.
The wine glasses, excuse me. And put their names on there.
Oh, my baby's sad.
And for our mothers, we gave them handkerchiefs from Etsy.
Custom handkerchiefs.
And the flask came from Etsy as well. And we left them in Charlotte. Well, I left them in Charlotte. But one of my groomsmen was going back to Charlotte the night of the rehearsal, so he stopped by my house, picked them up, and they still got them the day of. One thing that we got a lot of compliments on as far as the reception was concerned was our in-memory table.
Yeah, we got a ton of compliments on that.
We had an in-memory table that had all of our really close relatives that have passed away. We found like these little paper letters that Walmart just recently started selling, and I spray painted them coral. I sat on the table, so there was a picture of my dad and my maternal grandfather and grandmother, then my paternal grandmother, and then you had
my uncle on my mom's side. I had both sets of my grandparents from my mom and my dad, and that was it.
But a lot of people liked that, and we felt like that was kind of a way to not necessarily honor them, but
have a presence of those people there as well,
who you know didn't have the opportunity to be there. The favors that we did wine glasses.
Stemless wine glasses.
Any of them up here? Are there some over there in that box? We did stemless wine glasses, and we had them customized. The website that we got them from, I believe, was called Favor to Favor or Favor, something like that. So this is what they look like. They came in this box. They say Mr. and Mrs. Then they have our name and all that other good stuff. So we had a whole table of these. Now you want to get to all the other small details?
The rehearsal, it was very frustrating.
Because her stress level was at 10.
And it was very irritating and very stressful. Like, it was just simple task for people.
Simple to her.
Was just like the hardest thing in the world.
What she believed to be simple for her was not necessarily simple for everybody else. Because the way I looked at it as everybody wanted to make sure that they knew what they were supposed to be doing. They knew where they were supposed to be going so that there wasn't going to be any hiccups on our day. So I understood everybody's intention behind asking so many questions, wanting to go over stuff multiple times, and just repeating stuff. I got that. Her whole thing was we need to do this and get it over with, but she didn't see it from the other side, and I wasn't even about to attempt to explain it to her from the other side.
And see, I don't like repeating myself. So,
but all in all,
I was hungry.
So, like I said, her stress level was at a 10, so it was already a stressful situation. We got lucky though because we were originally told we had our wedding at a hotel, the Village Inn Event Center in Clemens, North Carolina, which is right outside of Winston-Salem. And we had what's called the Grand Ballroom, which is 5 small. What are they called?
The North
meeting room. What are they called?
They're meeting rooms and
they're not called
banquet rooms. Yeah, some of them are
banquet rooms. It's 5 banquet rooms that can open up and be one big one or 5 separate ones.
So we bought out all 5.
So we had
the night.
The ceremony was in the first 2 and the reception were in the last 3. That way we didn't have to worry about people having to travel between the ceremony and the reception and possibly people getting lost. And we also had it at a hotel because the majority of everybody's family was coming from out of town. All my people were coming from Charlotte. Her people were coming from a little bit everywhere. So, that way if anybody was drinking, they could just stay at the hotel, or, if they didn't want to have to drive back home that same night, they could stay at the hotel. And we had plenty of people who did stay at the hotel.
So that was a really good idea on our part. And it was really nice. Like he said, people didn't have to go from one place to another place. They just went from one room to the other room. And it just made things so much simpler.
So the reception was cool. And then we went out to eat, and then we kind of went our separate ways. I hung out with my guys, we drunk and had a great time, and she hung out with her girls, and they did whatever. And then we got to the day of the wedding. Oh!
It was chaotic
For her. Oh, the reason why I said the whole thing I brought about the room was we were originally told we weren't going to be able to get into the rooms until the day of the wedding to set up and get everything ready. But we got lucky and everything was ready for us the night before. So I had went ahead and started putting a couple of things in. We didn't really get much done, but I got some things in. So when I got up the day of the wedding, I immediately went down to the banquet room probably like 8. And I started setting up because we did everything DIY and we didn't have a wedding director. It was up to me to get everything set up because she couldn't help set up because of course you're not supposed to see each other. So I was the only person in the banquet room getting everything set up, took care of the ceremony first, and then my mom came down, and then my mom's friend and some other people came down. And we got everything done in time, and I probably had 30 minutes to go shave my head and get dressed and get back down there to get ready for the wedding. So
yeah, and we were literally crunching it to us girls in the room. We were in my mom's room, all of us, me, my mom, all of my bridesmaids, and one of my other best friends from Durham. She traveled down, and so she was in the room with us too, getting ready. And it was like crunch time, like everybody was getting ready, and of course I was the last one to get ready, and we were getting our makeup done, and the wedding started at 5.
Probably started at 5:04 maybe.
I literally got done getting dressed and got everything on at 5.
I'm a big stickler for being on time and starting on time, and nothing ticks me off more than something that's supposed to start at 3 and doesn't start until 3:30 or 3:45. So I was probably walking into the room probably like 5:03ish. So we weren't too late, which is good for our standards.
Yeah.
And as far as the wedding, is my opinion on how the wedding went, I thought the wedding went really, really smooth. I don't really remember much of anything because all I was focused on was the fact that my feet hurt because without shoes, I'm still taller, but I'm not that much taller than her. Somebody decided to go buy some heels that were taller than what they should have been, and with the heels on, she was taller than me. I was not going to be looking up at her during the wedding. I was not going to be doing one of these. I'm not doing that. So I stuffed my shoes with everything possible, like a pair of socks, and I had like several insoles. So my feet were killing me, and that's all I could think about because my feet were just burning. So, I remember her walking down the aisle, but all I can remember is, let's go ahead and get this thing over with so we can do this first dance and I can take this stuff out my shoes. But I thought the ceremony went very well. It went way faster than what I thought it was going to go. It probably was
about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
For everything. Like, it went through with no hiccups. Like, from the time our parents walked in to us walking out was about, like I said, 25 minutes. It went very smooth. Like, it went as smooth as you would hope it would go.
Yeah. And we didn't have a videographer, so I just had this camcorder there to record. So yeah, you're seeing like clips of it. I'm not gonna actually put the whole wedding up because for one, the quality isn't all that great, and for two, you can't hear anything. So I thought the visual is at least better than nothing at all. But yeah, our DJ was my cousin. Our photographer was Dennis Dink. Is Dink his last name?
No, Dink is his company name. Dink is like his nickname.
Okay, well, it's a guy named Dennis.
Yeah, his name is Dennis Dove, but his company is Dink Digital Productions.
And our caterer was a girl who I actually went to high school with. Her name is Claire Shine, and she has a company here in Charlotte called Raw Sugar CLT. And
that's the caterer for the cake, not the caterer for the dinner.
What did I say?
Cater.
Oh, baker, excuse me. Our baker was somebody I went to high school with. And this was her first time ever doing a wedding. We decided that we wanted to do cupcakes because cupcakes are easier. You got to worry about cutting it. And we did chocolate, vanilla, and red velvet. And she met with us at least like 2 to 3 times to let us taste everything to make sure it was right, to check the colors to make sure it was right. We found a cupcake stand on eBay, and we bought that to have a place for the cupcakes.
Because we had a cake for the top tier for us to actually cut. And then we had the cupcakes. Like, I didn't want to have the generic wedding cake. I'm not the whole generic bride. Like, I don't like to fit in an ordinary box. Like, I like to think outside the box and be different. So that's where that came from. Like, I wanted to have the tradition of cutting the cake, so that's why we had the top tier. But the cupcakes was the spin on it.
And our cake topper came from Etsy as well.
And it was also custom made as well. The food was amazing. The hotel catered the food. We had roasted chicken, macaroni and cheese, and mashed potatoes, and green beans. It was awesome. It was so good. Like, we got a lot of compliments. We got people saying, "Oh my gosh, the food was so good."
And it was buffet. So you could go back as much as you wanted to, and people were piling up their plates with food. But I mean, it was good. So
the hotel said they were replenished for up to 2 hours. For 2 hours, and whatever was left, we could take it with us. There was nothing left. It got gone.
Yeah, and for the bar, we did not want to do a open bar. So what we decided to do was we did everybody's first drink was on us. We should have kept one of those cards. Everybody's first drink was on us. So when everybody checked in with our registrars to tell them what chapter table they were sitting at, they also got a drink card that they could redeem at the bar. And it was good for a soda, a cocktail, a beer, or a wine. So I think that went off well. I mean, some people got extras because, we just had some, but we got money back because the money that we put down for the bar wasn't even used in the drink cards. So
that worked out.
That worked out very well. And the drink cards I made at Vistaprint. I made them on a business card and customized it with the colors and what I wanted it to say. Had those shipped here, and it worked out great. And the bartender just wrote on the back what they had to, figure it up to see how much money was actually spent at the bar. So what you think about the reception?
The reception was good as well. Like, I feel like it went through without any hiccups as well. We got introduced with the wedding party and everything like that, and then we had our first dance. Then we had the bouquet and the garter toss.
We did a dance with my mom. I did dance with my mom. She did dance with her dad.
Yeah, we're just gonna go through that. I mean, it was
sweet. It was
awkward.
So precious.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I had a good time at the reception. I'm a dancer. That's what I like to do. Carmen doesn't really dance like that. Carmen really don't dance at all. She barely knew the steps to the wobble. But okay. Did I lie?
Yeah. I knew it.
I said barely. You knew it. If I turned on the wobble right now, would you know all the steps without being able to follow somebody? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't do it.
But so I danced as much as I could that night. I danced, and you'll see from the pictures.
I did more mingling and talking. The one thing that I wouldn't say I disliked, but it was just like a kind of a nuisance. Like when we were sitting down trying to eat our food and everybody was just like, "Hey, congratulations, let's take a picture."
Yeah, people were stopping us from chewing to take a picture.
So there's a bunch of pictures where I know I had food in my mouth and I'm just to take a picture. But I mean, all in all, it went very well. Very, very well. I'm very pleased. And so now we're married.
We packed up that night, cleaned up everything because we had to leave out the next morning to go on our honeymoon, which was a cruise to the Bahamas on the Carnival Fantasy. Ain't really no need for us to talk about that because it went well for the most part. Maybe that can be a whole separate video. And that's our DIY wedding. I think that's what I'm going to call this video, our DIY wedding. Because, like, if this wasn't a DIY wedding, we made everything but your dress and my tux, pretty much.
Yeah. My dress came from David's Bridal.
And my tux came from Men's Warehouse.
And my dress was actually custom. Also, I had some custom pieces added to it and stuff like that. So, even it was unique. You'll see some pictures on it. The one shoulder, it was added to the dress because it was actually a strapless dress. But it was added to that. There was some buttons added to the back for some of the beading because the top was fully beaded. So in order to get it altered, they had to put some snaps on them to snap some of the embroidery and the stuff on there. And then I had got the dress bustled because it also had a train. So, but the major thing that was custom was the one strap that was added to it.
I had nothing on that was custom. Except my drawers. I'm kidding. Those weren't custom at all. Well, y'all, that's our DIY wedding. This video so far, this has been 45 minutes. This may very well be a 2-part video. I don't know if y'all really, but y'all like long videos, so y'all might get this whole video and maybe you just, you know, watch it in sections. But that's our DIY wedding. If you have any questions as far as like all the places that we named, that we bought stuff and how we made stuff, you know, just leave it down in the comments and I'll do my best to try to help you and or link you to where it came from, because I'm not going to put all those links starting off. I'm just going to put it up there as somebody asks. But any last thoughts on the wedding?
I mean, if we can help anybody else out planning or whatever, we'll be glad.
Makeup and hair.
Oh yeah, makeup was one of his college friends.
Sorority sister.
She did my makeup, mine and my niece. She was one of my bridesmaids.
And her company is called, I think, Lady D.
I don't know.
Her name Daniela. I don't remember what the name of her company is called, but she did makeup.
And my hair was my beautician Shantae in Winston-Salem. She did my hair. I don't think that was it. Oh, nails was custom. She done them. Her name is Marthy. Her company is called Nail Art by Marthy. She's awesome. So if there's anything that we can help any others, let us know.
Alright, y'all. I'll be talking to y'all later. I'm tired. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody who needs to see this. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace!
Bye.